And I need to know things better.
We are alive and perfect Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Look at your perfect Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Hey, Blasphemers, look at you listening or looking.
Nobody's out there.
We're going to start the show and right about.
Not now.
Huh?
Hmm?
Ching dong. Hey, Blasphemers, welcome to Simple Blasphemy, where we have the best times with the worst topics.
We're three friends that discuss everything and nothing, from wacky headlines to games and trivia. All subjects bizarre and risque are on the table.
Our weekly guests range from friends, musicians, and artists to professionals in a variety of industries.
We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Want to support the show? Join our Patreon. You can find it and more at www.simpleblasphemy.com.
So grab a drink, and join it!
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
Mecca like a hot, motherfucker!
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, yes. Oh, that felt good. Welcome to the Simple Blasphemy podcast and video channel, I guess, right? All you blasphemers out there, blasphemers. My name is Zach Ward. I have here with me always and sometimes Mr. Andes.
Yes, this is a castle, and yes, we have many tapestries.
Yes. And also Mr. Zach Green, the Well of Souls machine.
It's almost time to reincarnate. It's almost time to reincarnate. Wait, I'm not even done with this lifetime! It doesn't matter. It's almost time for a reincarnation. It's almost time to reincarnate. Over and over again.
All this can be found at the simpleblasphemy.com. And if you click that like, share, or subscribe button this week, Andy, you get what?
You get rid of all those fucking gnats and fruit flies in your kitchen. They're just gone.
We're going to have to come up with some more spectacular things, such as like a lifetime supply of Snickers bars.
You know, Jesus in your bathroom.
Jesus in your bathroom. Mr. Julio is in the chat. Boy.
Hello, Leo.
Are going to have a little bit of fun today. Speaking of Indiana Jones, which is we have a treasure hunter Julio here anyway.
He found a lost ark, the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, we're gonna have Julio on. He found
the Ark.
Actually, it's just the Ark now.
It's beautiful.
It was stuck behind a Chuck E. Cheese animatronics, hidden for years. No one knew. Gosh, those.
So it's in the last place you'd expect.
It wasn't a prop.
Those Templars, silly guys. Indiana Jones. Believe it or not, I did a small little dive into the actual Well of Souls, which they claim to be the Well of Souls in Jerusalem. Have you guys ever looked into this at all?
It's been a long time, but I have.
Yeah, it's literally underneath like a cathedral or a church or something.
I beat the Atari 2600 game, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
In other words, Green's way more experienced than we are at, because he was able to slog through that.
And I also figured out the riddle of the Sphinx. Again, Atari 2600.
It's weird how you can get like honorary archaeology degrees in video games.
Awesome.
Like
me. Like you're like a big time. What would you call it? Like war person, survivalist,
special? A teenage Tomb Raider,
SWAT beret.
That stuff translates to real life. Like excellent.
We have a fun show here planned for you today. We've got some video surveillance from Ring doorbells and such. We're going to start this show off with, we will have an announcement a little bit later on, so stick around for that. I found this on the news that you need to know. Idaho man catches 58 marshmallows in his mouth in 1 minute.
That's
things
awesome.
that people do.
You ready to eat a marshmallow?
How the fuck's he still breathing?
Yeah, those marshmallows are probably a little bit dirty at this point.
They've been in your mouth.
They reach in my mouth probably a couple times. That one was not a piece of cake, but the throwing job was harder than the catching job. And Mr. Hollywood Hand here did an awesome job, and we broke it in less than 30 minutes on our first try.
It was 19 hours. But...
So we're talking about Hollywood Handman and something about nutting? That's the takeaway for me.
I mean, this would seem to me more like a COVID thing than post-COVID lockdown. But, you know, hey, do you got any extra marshmallows, honey? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, green.
Give us the weight.
Green.
But I don't like marshmallows. I don't even, you know.
Do you like nougat?
What
Nougat?
is nougat?
Nougat?
What is nougat?
It's a whipped.
It's a frank.
Frothy.
It's a
light
frothy
brown,
sugar, frothy caramel.
fluffy, irrigated goop.
Is that the thing that the guy from Street Fighter would scream?
Nougat.
Nougat. Nougat.
Green. You had.
I don't know, man.
Hold on. You had about 100 trick-or-treaters, right?
Over 100.
Over 100.
Wow.
What does the Green family?
What do you give out?
Yeah.
Just
Advice?
yeah.
Don't count your chicks before they're hatched, you little asshole. Get out of here.
Free lunch in life, motherfucker.
Oh.
Zach, he's only 6. I know. He needs to hear this shit now.
Green, what did you guys give out? Did you give out some black licorice, or did you give Snickers, or did you give some
nougat?
Big League Chew?
Little Here's a shred of Big League Chew, kid.
Little what is it? Fun size candies of just the normal shit that you buy at Kroger.
Stuff that regular humans eat normally.
Hey, did you notice that what they call the fun size, like you get like maybe 10, 15 years ago, you get that little Halloween version of the Snickers?
Just over an inch.
It used to be that big.
It used to be a lot larger. And today, like you just pointed it out to me, Ward, it's just like you might lucky if you get one goddamn fucking peanut in there.
So also we want to make a special note that John, one of our past guests, got a great write-up in a magazine on his band My World. So awesome for that, by the way.
Come back, John.
I knew you were here. I'd have it all geared up. Andy, what did you hand out at your family gathering for Halloween, huh?
We just got like a mixture of stuff. There was like the big bags that have the Twix and whatever you either have your Mars bag or your Hershey's bag. And we had those, and my dad dressed in a Harley Davidson jacket for a Harley that he didn't own, and wore a beard that I'd been actually looking for a long time because I was a wizard and I wanted this big long wizard beard. And he comes showing up with it as his chest hair.
Oh,
out of his jacket. I told him to keep it, but he was the one that handed out the candy. I took the kids around the cul-de-sac a couple of times, and then they were done.
So, Andy, you always take Halloween seriously, as we can see here.
Look at that.
What is this? By the way,
that's how he approaches fixing a computer. You know, it's like a screwdriver.
That's what I'm doing.
Absolutely, John.
My kids bought costumes at the Costco to be a dragon and a knight, so we immediately got roped in to be other parts of it. And so I wore a bathrobe, as I normally do, and I grabbed an old lamp, and took some LED lights and put it inside of a ping pong ball and put it on top of a staff, and grabbed a stick and walked around the neighborhood. I was known as the Pussy Wizard, and I would walk up to people and I would give them a grim proclamation of what their sex life was going to look like for the next 6 months. And I kept trying to cast spells to get my wife to drop her dress.
Videotape any of this?
No. I'm a professional, and I'm not supposed to let anybody know that I have fun.
Frank says Fun size almond joys used to have 2 almonds. Now there's 1.
And if you're going to listen to anybody about how candy works, Frank's the one you want to listen to.
That is true.
This man literally throws candy out of his hands like he's just
Frank. In case you don't know, we are not going to see you until June this year, not January. Just FYI.
I miss you, Frank. I miss your van.
So Green, now see, for me, I thought you would be giving out some cards to the kids, reminding them to change their, furnace filter or something along those lines would be more up your alley. I'm a little surprised that
if you have a guitar, you need to put a humidifier in your room. Otherwise, that shit's just gonna get all wacky.
So, what kind of costumes did you guys see that were pretty creative and fun? Anybody? Before we move on here,
I saw a lot of people dressed as Squid Game and a lot of people dressed as Among Us, and I don't think I had one actually hit. There was nothing that was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I saw kids dressed in the inflatable dinosaur costumes.
I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
But the way people run and how little they are and how they convince their parents that if they're 7 or 8 years old, they're still getting this full-size dinosaur costume and watching the head wobble back and forth when they start running and getting excited was pretty damn funny. So that breathes some new life into it.
I found this gem online, the sexy Bernie Sanders costume.
Nothing not sexy about that man.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Yeah, I didn't really see what I did. I don't know if I said this before or not, but my kids got really bored at about 20-minute mark of trick-or-treating. So last year I set my whole PA system up with my wireless microphone. I downloaded Kids Bop Halloween, and then about 2 hours worth of other just regular dance songs, such as like Happy or some kind of Kesha or something other that was
Shark
appropriate, or Celebrate, or I Want Candy, or something that had to do with eating candy or whatnot. And then with the microphone, I then proceeded to roast all of the people that came up to get candy, sometimes just their parents. There was one guy that came walking. I'm not a big sports guy, but I do know that Michigan lost to Michigan State, and some guy had a Michigan outfit on. I'm like, brave costume, sir, from yesterday. And he's like, you got me. I'm like, well, so did Michigan State.
Oof.
Yeah, oopsie doopsie. So I don't know. That's what I do. It's fun. Like, everybody can hear. My thing was, when we were walking around with the kids, there's no ambiance. We had like one kind of haunted house thing that the guy did really well, and all you hear was like the flicker of some strobe, like, but nothing like, no ambiance. So I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna fucking throw.
You're gonna step it up.
Party on Dick Way, and it's a street I live on.
It's always a party on Dick Way.
It most certainly was, and popped up the jam. So I thought for sure my neighbor across the street was gonna call the police, but he must have went back into his bathroom and took a bath or something. I don't know.
We go to my brother's house almost every year. Obviously, COVID kind of derailed that. But he started to get a little bit senile in his old age, and he started buying all of these inflatable things.
Okay.
And so when we pulled into the driveway next door, they were friends with the neighbors, and like, hey, just park in the driveway so we're not messing up the street. And there is about a 17-foot ghoul that looks like a Scooby-Doo bad guy in his driveway, just like lauding over everything. And I'm like, this is gonna be fucking awesome. This is gonna be a party. And I felt so bad for him because I mean, the kids, there were kids there in droves. We were constant the entire night, but it wasn't as much of a party atmosphere. It looked like a party.
Oh, those are the worst, man.
Man, he seriously, and he did try. It's not that he did try and he failed, because it's always a party. Except this year, he was.
I got a question really quick. You have a brother that's old enough to start tickling the senile spectrum?
No, I'm being an ass. I'm being an asshole.
Oh, okay.
I'm being an asshole. He's only 50.
Okay. So speaking of driveways and things like that, I've came across a couple videos here. This is a thing I guess you can look up. I'll just show you the video and you tell me what you think. Here we go.
fuck is that dude doing? Look into my nose. Look into my nose.
He's licking the doorbell, by the way.
I got your pizza, motherfucker. Come out and get it from my lips. What is that guy's problem? Is that a phone book? He grabbed the phone book. 1-800 call
No
the
words.
cops. I have some problems that need to be addressed. Here's my list.
Auto. If you found this on your Ring doorbell, though, wouldn't you be a little freaked? You know,
I would want to know is that a bug that he put on there?
Jesus.
That's
Breaking news.
That's fucking terrifying.
yeah. Well, I don't particularly check my Ring doorbell on the regular, just because in some ways I just would fear that something like that shit would be on there.
I check it, especially on this morning. It goes off exceptionally early because because I live in Michigan. I put my recyclables out, and people like to drive by early in the morning to see if I have any recyclables that they can scrounge and bring up to the local recycling center to get the deposit. So at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, if the window's open, all I hear is this clanging and banging of stuff. And then I look outside and people, I don't give a crap. Take the damn cans. Do something with them. You're going to have a hard time.
Separate them for those people so they don't have to waste their time.
You wash them out so they're not sticky?
And crush them a little bit so they can fit more in a bag. No, all done.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. That's where my charity ends, guys. Sorry.
I see. Okay. Fair peasant, you can scrounge through
the cans. Buy your beer.
Oh yes, this is the mythical door guru. Randomly rings bells and dispenses wisdom, words of wisdom. That's actually not a bad idea. Like
it's like he's dispensing an infection by licking somebody's doorbell.
What was he reading from?
What would you do? I'd be like, ding ding. Hey man, your wife has a yeast infection. Be nice.
This is why.
Look what's in my mustache.
I used to be a bartender. Now I'm your. Oh, well.
Okay. Green, what would you ever, if someone just wanted your greatest piece of advice, what would it be? I mean,
I don't have a greatest piece of advice.
No?
I do? Do I? No, I don't think I do.
I'm thinking that you do.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking you do.
You really?
Think
Have you heard it?
Something. You know what? It probably, yes.
Get your gallbladder removed.
Remain asleep.
Oh,
don't
Our
get your
objective
gallbladder
is for you to remain asleep.
Do avoid the juice.
Now you're talking about juice. That brings us to a next video.
Oh man, it was about.
That's a segue, motherfucker.
We all love Kane Loke.
We do.
And Kane posts a lot of videos daily. And on occasion, there's some things that are actually really, really funny. So
you don't really have to dig hard. You don't really have to dig hard to find gold with him.
Deep.
Really.
Julio says, "Don't talk to flat
earthers." No, it's flat earthers. That, you know what, Julio? I agree with that shit.
Green and I, no. Green and I were just talking before the show that we might get Dave back on. And maybe have Julio come on and ask some questions. And
you know what, Julio, go forth in my stead. I'll go ahead and I'll just sit back and I'll comment like one of his lackeys.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at these videos get comments every day.
It's the up and coming next big thing.
If you look at some of the comments now, it's now to the opposition. Now the people that are against Dave are starting to comment on the videos. I mean, it's
the next
good
big thing.
Dude,
there's money to be made off this.
It is so much fun watching that.
Cash in now. I might be able to go play out in the upper atmosphere.
It was too much dumb.
Glorified.
There's too much dumb these days, guys.
Here is Kane Loke's video of the week. Here we go.
I got it, because I'm not going to tell the story twice. So I'm gonna post this motherfucker. So I'm gonna tell you at the same time.
Hold on real quick. All right?
Hey man, seriously. Hey bro.
Man. Hold on real quick because you about to tell me.
Hey bro. You know I've been sick, right? I ain't felt good.
Right.
Hey bro. It's like 2 or 3 girls up at the register. You know, Starbucks be packed with workers. Hey bro, I'm standing in the back. Hey bro, my stomach goes all the way down, right? I mean, it was like a 30-second I'm like, God damn, right? All of a sudden, I had to fart, bro. But I was like, man, I don't know if I even should. Bro, I farted for 30 seconds straight. Like, I'm talking about, bro, that ain't the best part. Hey, man, this motherfucker was such a egg. It was rotten eggs, bro. Listen, the lady at the counter, she's paying for her food. The lady hands her, you know, in there they got them little egg things. She hands her the egg things. The lady goes, ooh. She goes, are those rotten? And the bitch behind the counter goes, oh man, what is wrong with these? Hey, the lady looks at the other lady. She's like, oh, we got a bad batch of eggs in here. She says, go smell them eggs. Hey, man, one by one, the whole room was like, oh, my God. All right, take them eggs out of there. Somebody's cooking some rotten eggs. They're like, oh, that goddamn moment. She goes, there's none in there. Bro, every person that walked in there got halfway in that restaurant, and you seen their face go like this. Oh, shit. Ah. Dude, it was in there when I left. It just lingered. Bro, that had to be the nastiest fart I've let out since I was 10. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God, dude. I was in the back of this motherfucker rolling. Cheers.
I like how the period on the sentence is Gia. No, seriously.
Oh.
I think we need to talk to our lawyers because he kept that gold for himself. I wanted him to keep it for us. I'm still glad that we got to share it with him, but man.
Yeah. I'm going to try to do a better job of having story time with Luke, even though he's not here because we love him. So yeah.
And I lit this because I started laughing at his shit. So this is
batch of
literally
eggs. Only Kane Lowe. Tales from the Road or something along those lines.
Tales from a Crip.
Can we say that?
I don't know. Does he subscribe? Enjoying the show? Hit that like button.
Are you reading the teleprompter?
Mm-hmm.
We do want to make some announcements here, folks. We are
in trouble.
We're in trouble.
Fart protection. We are going to be changing up our format next year. So we're just kind of easing into it. Andy and I are going to be working on a few things to kind of rebrand Simple Blasphemy. And
don't worry, we're still going to be assholes.
We're still going to be assholes.
Don't
we're
worry.
going to take the show down a couple times a month, only because I need more space in between putting the shows together. Andy's just as finishing up masters in his college, and Green's still got that car in his garage.
I want to see the car. Let's talk about the things that I want to see more.
But we have a lot of great guests that these guys don't even know about because I booked almost all of them today. We have some repeats coming back. We have Peapod coming back. He stopped doing the On the Radar podcast, and now he's doing promotions for a wrestling company, I believe. So we're going to talk about wrestling.
Ruthless Pro Wrestling.
We have Derek from Myth Vision podcast coming back on to do a year recap of some of the things he's had on his show. I've done a deep dive in some of his videos. He's had some rabbis on. He's had some really, 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 really good, awesome stuff, and his subscriber base is going to the roof. So we're going to give him a little bit of a shout out for one of my best friends. His name is Christian. He lives in the UK. He is a vice president of a pharmaceutical company. So we are going to get the lowdown with COVID. So you can bring your questions there. That's the 30th of November. We're going to talk about that industry, about the pharmaceutical industry from somebody on that side. And bring the hard questions. Who cares? You know, let's get them done. And of course, then we'll have Amanda's not here tonight because today is her son's birthday. But
Happy
she'll be on.
birthday.
Yes, she'll be on in
A
December.
year from now.
We have Jack
A year from
Harrison
now.
coming back on the 14th. On the 28th, we have Daniel from the Ghost Hunters that we had years ago to talk about some of his latest stuff, books. TVs.
Did they come to Toledo recently?
I don't know.
I think that's something we need to ask. There's a ghost hunter thing that came to Toledo, that came to the Collingwood Arts Center recently. I don't know if that.
There's Paranormal. I want to say 999. It's a Toledo podcast that does paranormal stuff. So that most certainly isn't too far out of the thing. I also got confirmation on another huge YouTube channel creator. Don't have a date on that one yet, but we might kick off the year with him if he's open to that. So a lot of cool things happening, but we are going to go down to more or less, it's almost like bi-weekly, but we're going to create some event pages and make sure that we have segments. And also Amanda has agreed that she's going to be on almost every show for a segment of, half an hour or 20 minutes or something like that. So we're going to try to diversify the podcast / video show into chunks of fun stuff and interview chunk of some form of game. But that also gives me
chunks
of juice.
Juicy
chunks of
juicy
juice.
chunks.
But that'll give me some time to actually make stuff and rather than I feel like I'm just constantly rushed, to be honest with you, every week trying to throw something together. And we all kind of agree with that.
And we love you, Ward.
I'm running out of time.
We appreciate what you're doing. And it's time for Zach Green to reincarnate. He's late to reincarnate.
I'm not coming back to Earth. I'll give you that much for right now. I am not fucking coming back. I will fucking fight. I will punch whoever needs to be punched in the fucking face. I'm not coming back.
What if every time a little kid punches their dad in the dick, it's because
I am not coming back.
They didn't want to be reincarnated.
I could give a shit. I could give two shits about higher learning. I'm not going to be the next. What's the guy's name? Dama Ross or whatever his
Ram Dass.
Ram Dass. There you go. I just bought his book recently, but that guy's awesome. I listened to him.
It's cool.
Very passionate dude. Speaks wisdom. Well, I can never be like that. It's just and here's the thing. I'm not even interested in getting to that level. I'm fine with suck my fucking balls. And that's it, man. I'm done.
That's your book. It's called Suck My Fucking Balls. And each page has a different pixel that if when you flip the book really fast, it's 450 pages that you have to flip through really fast.
What about
and then it just says ZSG.
It can say suck my fucking balls, but the little script says and other things.
Yeah, it's your choice, really.
Start with juice. Start with the
balls and let's go from there.
So a lot of cool guests coming up. We're going to try to get some big names too. I do have an interesting, news article. Recently as today, electric plane crosses New Zealand's Cook Strait. This is the first time an electric plane, 48-mile flight, folks. Electric plane. This is where we're headed. Boats, planes, trains, automobiles. It's actually pretty cool. I don't have a photograph to show you, but it looks like a 1 or 2 seater. I forgot to grab one, to be honest with you.
There was so what I saw earlier, is this the thing that has the 4 propellers that is the 2 in the front and the 2 in the back?
One in the front. That's it.
I have something even more.
Go for it.
I saw it today.
Yeah, but this is 48 miles. This isn't like
This goes up to 200 miles on one charge.
Okay.
It's electric. It's a 4 prop, single seater. It goes up to 60 or 70 miles an hour.
More like a drone though, right?
Yeah. But can you imagine being able to go up 1,500 feet and avoid? I mean, I don't know where the aerospace starts. Where the aerospace?
Yeah, I don't know that you need to go up that high.
No, but you go up 100 feet, you're at work in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but can you imagine if that thing, the button got jammed from doing something wrong in your cockpit? You know what I mean?
And all of a sudden,
you're just going straight up like,
or into somebody's house, man. People are already bad enough drivers. on the street. I don't need the fucking airwaves fucking littered with them. And plus, it's one thing to drive a goddamn fucking junker on the open road. That's fine. You're gonna be on the side of the road. But when your fucking junker is airborne and it fucking falls apart, it's gonna go through somebody's goddamn fucking roof, man.
But you're saying that and I understand that airplane crashes do happen, but most of the airplane crashes don't result as the shit failing when it's above. It's when it's taking off or when it's landing.
I understand that, but when we're thinking about visions of the future, and then everybody can get in their little car and take off and fly, and then you got a congested sky.
Everybody's too dumb.
Like, yeah, I know I got 20,000 hours on this engine, man, but fuck it, I ain't got no money to fucking rebuild it.
And then they drive it, so it's like somebody that's driving, like, say, a muscle car. And the muscle car bursts.
You know what really worries me, and I think it's going to be the honest to God truth. And sometimes I look at it, I'm like, why am I even wasting my time? By the time I do finish that car, if I ever finish that car, there is going to be a motor law, and I am not going to be able to fucking enjoy it on public streets.
Well, you just get those wheels, so you can drive it in place.
Oh, I'll be like the goddamn fucking guy from that Rush song, Red Bruschetta or Bruschetta, whatever that.
Red Bruschetta.
Julio seems to believe that. Green, you look like a kind of guy that might just put a whole bunch of helium balloons onto an apparatus. And is that your style, Green? No. I mean, you could have like the button that it looks like an everlasting gobstopper just popped in the sky, and that's the airbag, and it just kind of.
I'd be more interested in taking a DMT trip.
Well, why not take a DMT
tree trip?
Yeah. Did a tree trip in a hot air balloon.
I wouldn't mind sitting in a tree and.
Why don't you fuck around in a basket at 3,000 feet and see what happens? I'm in a basket.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
you wouldn't hit the guy with glasses, would you?
Green, you're on the fast track to DMT. And if anybody has a hookup for Green, he looks desperate at this point.
Or adrenochrome. I think he'd be an adrenochrome guy.
Green looks like the kind of guy that, like, somehow. Do you ever? What's that Twisted Sisters lead guy's movies where he started like hanging from the
Strange Land,
which is a great movie, by the way.
It was great. Seriously, it was surprising.
Green, do you have like metal hooks all over your body?
No, totally not into that shit.
Hoisting yourself up? No,
hoisting yourself up by your nipples.
Yeah, you look like a kind of guy that would do that.
No,
he has people that do that for him.
No, I wish it'd be kind of cheap thrill.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird when they start to angle you forward.
What was a modern retelling of the classic Anthony Burgess novel A Clockwork Orange, which got made into a movie in the 70s. But he did this thing where there's the guy that was this criminal, and he got put in jail for doing these horrible, torturous things, and then he got let out of jail, and he was reformed, so to speak, but people wouldn't leave him alone because he ended up moving back into the same neighborhood. I don't know how the fuck that worked out. I don't remember that.
So wiping his paint off.
Part of the movie. Yeah. And he started showing his true self because people were dicks. And it was actually a really good, neat subject to do at the time because people were really getting into like the tribal tattoos and the piercings. This is what, the mid 90s, late 90s.
Yeah. And on the subject of not being a dick brings us to our next video. Here we go.
I'm not subscribing.
Well, yeah, well, shit. Don't mind if I do.
Hold on.
Awesome. Excuse me, ma'am. Hey, you, clean up your dog poop. Stop letting your dog poop on my lawn. I have you on video. Come pick up this nice pile of shit that your dog left in my yard. I've been waiting for you for 2 days. You.
Go throw it in her!
Disgusting. Disgusting. Look
Shove
at
it in her
it.
fucking
I have
mouth!
children here. That's your dog. Please pick it up.
This will be every day. I will watch you every day. I have you on video. Pick up after your dog. Please
Look at
pick
the
up
dog.
after your dog. Please pick up after your dog. Thank you for picking up the feces from my yard. I appreciate it greatly. Greatly
Throw
appreciate
it at
it.
him.
Please,
Throw it at him.
Piece of shit,
my
fucking
yard.
human!
You're trespassing. Get off my yard.
Now you're
You and
now
your
you're
dog.
trespassing.
Thank you very much.
You piece of shit, fucking
For being a
human!
courteous neighbor. Thank you for picking up your dog feces, ma'am. Thank
And
you.
fuck off!
Wow.
I lost it a couple times watching.
Dude, I'm with that fucking guy. There's so many times that I fucking step in shit in the front of my fucking house. I'm the goddamn fucking walkway to the fucking front door, man. If I ever catch these motherfuckers, I'm gonna take that shit. I don't care. I'll fucking pick it up with my bare hands and I'll fucking jam it down their fucking throat. Cause I'm tired of it.
Listen, neighbors of Zach
Listen,
Green.
it doesn't take. It's not that hard. You carry a fucking bag with you, and when your fucking dog fucking drops one, you pick the goddamn fucking shit up.
He's working
What
up
is
a
so
log.
fucking hard about that?
He's getting ready to juice. He's making gravy.
He just juiced.
No, I
get it.
It's not like one person or two people like within 100 miles. This is a fucking common practice that happens in every fucking neighborhood, and I don't know who fucking taught these goddamn fucking people manners.
So your neighborhood, do they let the dogs run loose?
I did not know this was gonna happen after I played this video.
No, because I fucking stepped in it, man. I'm tired of it.
I did not know that. I apologize.
I think that you need to go to base it off of that guy, the video. I need a bullhorn and I need a video. I'll
either get a goddamn fucking train horn or a fucking air raid siren, man. I'll get one of those Chrysler Victory sirens that can be fucking heard 5 miles away, that if you're close enough, it will ignite the object right in front of it.
Railroad horn, and that it is set up to an electric eye that anytime anybody for that matter,
have you seen those videos?
It's so simple. You got a goddamn fucking dog. It takes a shit. Fucking pick it up.
So, but you have a sidewalk
you
here.
shouldn't even be taught that lesson.
But you're next to a sidewalk, so people are walking their dogs down the sidewalk. In my case, I don't have a sidewalk in my neighborhood, and the dog shit is next to my walkway. The dogs get let loose, and yes, there's variations of yard feces.
Recently, I even had one where they're just like they did put it in a bag, but just throw it in your fucking driveway, asshole.
That's passive aggressive as fuck, man.
Now, what happens if a deer comes by and does a number two? I mean, are you equally as upset, or
it's not a fucking deer, man?
It's a horse. God damn it!
Oh.
This thing is building Lincoln logs in my driveway.
Poop. Pet poop.
Keep your wet pet poop off my lawn. All right. I don't know what to say.
I think that we should talk about Julio's conversation in the chat that he wants Green to build a Zeppelin.
See, and that's why I'll never be like that higher spiritual guy. What's his name? Ram Dass or whatever his name.
Yeah, Ram Dass.
I just want to play the beginning of this video.
Lovely
real quick.
human being, can you please pick up your poo-poo?
Hold on.
Hey guys, remember to subscribe to us, not this person. The dog.
They're much too kind.
So wait a minute. The guy's partner, the guy's spouse starts yelling, "Don't let your dog shit on our lawn!" And the guy's like, "Fuck this! I'm taking out the bullhorn."
He's like, "I'm not screaming."
I'm going to speak to you in calm intonations that are really loud. I want you to hear this, but I don't want to yell at you.
The look on that dog's face, like Green said, was just like,
no, I didn't
jump. He jumped like 3 feet.
Oh, and then when he came back around, and then the dog's owner had to sit there and pick it up. The dog was just like, "You like fuck." I wish I had.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry.
So
I wish I had thumbs. I'd pick the shit up myself.
My brother My brother's friend had a dog named Piddles.
Piddles the incontinent dog.
And the reason why, to my understanding, the dog's name was Piddles is because he left little piddles around the house or the yard. Like he wasn't trained. The dog was trained in German, and I'm not confident that anyone knew German. So the thing just was like a wild animal, and Piddles would get like running down the road, and everyone's screaming, "Piddles, come back!" And he's,
Piddles, come back!
losing little raisins all the way around, but
Dog. Sorry, we're taking it away from you. What about Piddles in German?
Oh no. He said, I'd love to see Green's face if he saw the bear shat I found last weekend. You'd find trolls are for real. You think trolls are for real. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but there's one thing of being in an actual, like, crowded fucking neighborhood with a house. I mean, it's a different story when you're up north in a cabin and stuff like that, whatever. But like when you're in a fucking neighborhood where, it's a different story. But
it is a different story, but yeah, I mean, our dogs basically stay in our house, at our house. They're little, they run around, they got plenty of room to run around the backyard. We don't really take them to many different places. So all of our family's feces is pretty much contained in one area that my wife more or less picks up every week.
I mean, it's fine. If you take shit, just pick it up, man. Carry some bags,
even if it's your shit, if it's a human shit.
Yeah, that too. You never know if you got to shake one out, a leg, a pant leg.
I showed you that.
Is that what shake a leg means?
Bassmaster.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had that.
When I worked at a haunted house for a while, we've talked about this before, and I'm sure I've told the story, but for anybody that's never heard it before, there was some kid that got scared so bad that he pooped himself, and then in the next room he had time to shake a leg and actually get rid of the feces.
Yeah.
So
he would have gotten away with it if it had not been for those kids.
Now, did this person like make an effort to at least kick it out of the path of walkers?
Was it a torpedo like at that point? Did it move, or was it rolling around?
It was normal. It was stereotypical Baby Ruth.
Okay, it wasn't like
was it steaming?
It wasn't like a pen. Like in
the winter? And
no. This had plenty of time. This had plenty of time to gestate. This was worked up over the course of 45 minutes.
Scooby snacks.
This is
hot steamers. God, it's just.
All right. Well,
this shit writes itself. As long as we're talking about shit,
it does. That's all I got this week, folks.
Well, everybody, it's time to check out. I saw. So Zach posted the picture. Zach Ward posted a picture on Facebook earlier, and my dumbass is on the cover.
It is.
And I wondered what photo from back in the day,
last summer.
Okay. No, I thought you were actually standing by.
Yeah, take a look at
some
the thumbnail.
Computers that were giving warning labels when it flips from 99 to 2000.
I worked in information technology when Y2K was happening. I was hired to work at the HCR Manor Care in downtown Toledo and call remote in to other people's computers and install software, compliance software that was to avoid Y2K. A lot of people made a lot of money off of a bunch of bullshit.
There wasn't an actual real danger, was it? I mean, because like anything, like if you lose power or whatever to your system, wouldn't it be just like that the year just changed to like
if you take the battery out? Yes, if you take the battery out of your computer, there's like a little. It's called a CMOS battery. If you pop that out, it resets everything. They were more worried about like servers at the time, like the things that stored bank account information, which if you can think back to like 2000, 2001 was pretty basic. But they were worried about stuff like that, like finance and infrastructure to take a big crap. Best Buy capitalized on this and put stickers on all of their computers, which Zach used in the graphic to demonstrate that, oh my God, we're going to be everybody's going to die. It's all
Back
going
in
to
the
happen.
Dark Ages.
There was nothing. And I would almost like to see something like that. And I think the only
disappointing when it finally blew over. It was.
It's like waiting for 5 feet of snow that the news keeps telling you about, and then the next morning you're like, yeah, it's a dusting.
Or you took a bunch
still going to
of
school.
firecrackers and you tied them all together, and then took duct tape.
Pop.
And then you're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And then like maybe one goes off, if any, and then you're like, fuck.
Pop, fizzle.
Yeah.
There's no way to guarantee. Pop, fizzle goes the weasel because the weasel goes pop, fizzle. Pop, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, that's all I got this week.
Zach, tell us a story.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Like what? I don't have.
I don't know.
stories
Pick something out of your lexicon of storydom.
Everybody's heard everything, I think.
I highly doubt that one.
Yeah, me too.
That was fun having your sister on.
Yes, it was.
My sister completely declined, by the way. She said
she did, really?
Well, my brother will come out here anytime.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, did she say anything? Or she's just like, yeah, if it has anything to do with
She
you.
probably knows better. Probably a smart move on her part.
I still think we need to get all of the wives to take over the podcast.
That'd be a good show also.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yet 2 therapists and what I would consider a professional child caretaker in Ward's wife, which are all 3 very, very, well, 2 of the jobs, because they're both, there's a double there, are very important jobs to take very seriously. And you might, benefit from listening.
I'll work on it. Do you think Rachel would do it there, Green?
I can ask.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you go ask her real quick? She next door?
I don't know.
Just knock on the wall really, really loud. You can get away with it. There you go. Fucking A. Oh my God, what a fun show.
She's not upstairs.
Is that how you summon your wife?
Rachel.
Everybody
he's listening.
I think she's downstairs. She's probably working on her comic book or something.
What did you do?
Comic book?
Yeah, she's been working on a comic book for a while.
Zach Ward's worried about something.
Where did the audio go?
Where did whose audio go?
Oh,
whose?
Mine stopped for some reason.
Sorry, you're gonna have to talk to support about that.
I'm certainly going to. All right, folks. Well, that's it. We'll have to come and we'll have more for you next week. Sorry, we're a little shy of the hour.
Man, why did that show went by so fast? Are we cutting it early? We're cutting it early, and before you know it, it's going to be the next show next Tuesday.
Reincarnate next week.
I've never left.
Stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll try to get the wives on next week. We'll work on it. Have a great week, folks, and we will see you next week. Peanut butter applesauce. Woo!
He